What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is, of course, your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, Kenny Stubblefield, in the building. Kenny, what's going on, my brother?
My man, you good? I like the light on your face, man.
Hey, man, that boy lit up, man. When you're
Boy,
living up the one, life ain't so. My voice messed up, man, but it's all good. Y'all know what I'm on, man. I'm living off the wall in this joint, man. Life is good, my brother. Man, I'm sitting here, man. Just, we didn't do any type of pre-show what we're going to talk about. But we're going to start the show talking about the biggest news in college basketball. University of Arkansas, former University of Memphis coach John Calipari betting on games in the NCAA tournament.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm joking, bro.
I've been driving all day. I've been driving all day, and I'm like, wait, what did I miss, man? Like, that's okay.
Wow. Shout out to my guy Doc Holliday, man. Made a video on Twitter. He said, man, I'm looking at the Arkansas play, man. And Arkansas was up 3, and John Calipari tells the guy to intentionally miss the free throw. Man, and then he actually hits the free throw by mistake. They asked John Calipari, why did he tell him to miss the free throw on purpose? And Calipari said that, if he missed it and they got the ball back, it would have been like less than a second left, and they wouldn't be able to get a shot off. And he said, the only logic I can think of is Calipari must be betting on games. I said, hey, I'm with you, man. He must be.
Or I have another theory.
Or he's a dumbass.
The dude's a dumbass.
Yeah,
like we've been saying this. Like how many times has he cost his team games by just making dummy decisions, bro? 2008 Memphis game, the Memphis Kansas championship game.
Let's go back to 2008.
Let's go back, right?
Yeah, John Calipari might be Taylor Jenkins with a massive PR machine behind him.
100%.
It might be the same dude
with really nice hair, like really nice hair.
Like if you took Taylor Jenkins' beard and put it on top of his head, he may be John Calipari.
Actually, Roman and I we're in Fort Worth right now for the AAC tournament, and we were on the way down. We were on the way over to Fort Worth, and we had I had this whole conversation with him, man. Like, I genuinely, like, I know people from Arkansas. I know people that are big Arkansas fans. When they hired John Calipari, I was like, man, he fleeced y'all, bro. Like, this man is not what you think he is. He's a charlatan. He's a charlatan. You just paid him. You just paid him shit ton of money
for his farewell tour.
For his farewell tour. He played with you. Like, he's not there to win championships. That bro wanted out of Kentucky, man. Like that.
Yep.
And he's just not what y'all think he is, man. He's just not that dude.
Yeah, not at this point of his career. I don't think that the Arkansas team is ever going to be national championship good. No. Kentucky actually was better this year, if I'm not mistaken. Kentucky was better. Yeah, so, get out of here, man. Get out of here, John Calipari. Betting on games.
Games.
They say he did something crazy today, and they lost by 3. Like, it says he did something dumb again today. I can't remember what people were saying.
That was today. That whole thing was
This happened. What Doc was talking about happened last night. They lost today by 3 points.
I got you.
They were up by 3, and he told the guy to intentionally miss the free throw.
Ole Miss dude hit a 3-pointer to win the game.
Yeah, but they said it was something stupid that Calipari did that messed him up in that game, too.
I'm not surprised by
who's shocked by that?
Who's shocked by that?
Yeah.
Shout out to John Calipari.
Yeah,
but allegedly betting. Allegedly, let's get that.
But the way Doc said it, I can't think of that he do. He's betting on games. Like,
one or two options: betting on games, or he's a dumbass.
Speaking of things that I was shocked about, Kenny Stubblefield, the Memphis Grizzlies pulled out a victory in their last game against the Utah Jazz. Before I get into that, man, Danny Ainge, the stuff that you're doing with Utah is utterly disgusting, man. Like, that team is not as bad as you're intentionally making that team. They got busted for what looked like suspicious sitting of players with that team. I'm like, man, come on, Danny Ainge. Like, what do you? Okay, you get Cooper Flag, then what? I mean, and you're not going to get Cooper Flag, bro. Like, the draft is rigged, and the NBA is not going to let you get Cooper Flag. When they find you for doing some screwy stuff with tanking, that should let you know the NBA is not going to let you get Cooper Flag.
Somehow the Lakers are going to end up with Cooper Flag, and it's going to be Cooper Flag.
I think it's
Austin Reeves,
Brooklyn, man. I think it's going to be
Dalton Connect.
Yeah, right. And Cooper Flag.
Luka.
They go white all the wrongs.
And Jokic.
They go white all the wrongs. Hey, bro, what did that happen for real, bro? You know how bad that be, bro? No, it can't, though. It's because the Lakers going to be a playoff team. He can't go to them.
Nobody would have said Luka. Nobody would have said Luka could have gone to LA either. But
oh my God, you ain't lying. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. Brooklyn trades the number 1 overall pick for
Zaire
Rui Hachimura,
and Jackson Hayes.
Right. Yeah, man. But I was shocked. The Memphis Grizzlies won that game, not because they won the game, not because John Morant is back looking like John Morant, Kenny Stubblefield, but because Luke
Yeah.
Kennard had his first 30 ball of the season, 7 of 9, I believe, 3. Um, Big game for Luke, big win for the Grizzlies. They're now in second place in the West, just like that, right?
It's crazy, bro.
They're
It's
right back in
crazy.
second place. 20-some games left to go. Not really sure how many games left. The Grizzlies are in second place. Luke Kennard hit a big time shot in the closing minutes of the game to kind of put the game away.
Yep.
Grizzlies gave the Grizzlies some space before John Morant put the game away with a 3-point shot. But I'll talk about this kind of Kenny Stubblefield when it comes down to Luke Kennard. There are some things about Luke Kennard that I will refrain from talking about until he's no longer a member of the Memphis Grizzlies. I'll just keep those on the back burner. But I put out a tweet today, Kenny Stubblefield on Twitter, about just kind of some off-season predictions, not total predictions,
I saw that. I
things,
saw that.
just a little rundown type situation for the season. Cheryl Miller is awesome too, unrelated, but she's pretty awesome. She made some good quotes today about I can't think about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. She made some good posts about them today. Really bad podcast in here, man. Scrolling down my Twitter trying to find a tweet.
You're good, man. That's why we love you, bro.
Yeah, hold on, brother. It's the most
as real as it gets. I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
about as real as it get, man, for real. Why I can't find this shit, man?
Are you looking for your stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can find it for you.
I'm tripping, bro.
No, you good.
Can't find my own goddamn tweets in this joint.
You tweet way too much. I'm just gonna be on. No,
yeah, man.
Damn.
Why in the hell can't? Oh, I might have did it before this. Hold on. All right, off-season predictions by Anthony Sain. I got it pulled up. I said that I think that Jaren Jackson Jr. will be extended. I'm pretty sure it's going to be for the Supermax, although I see a path where he's not DPOY or All NBA. I'm not hoping that happens, but I could see a situation where Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't get either one. Defensive player of the one, I kind of don't think he's going to get that. I think that the kid in Cleveland is getting it. I can't. My names are terrible. You know,
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
I can also see a path where Jaren does not make All NBA. But I think that that's going to happen though. But I can see a path where it doesn't. I said I think that Santi Aldama will be re-signed by the Memphis Grizzlies for not nearly as much as possible as people worry about. The Grizz will probably let him test the open market. He's going to realize that teams don't value him and don't really have the money under the cap to spend for him. And he'll be back with the Grizzlies on a very favorable deal. I think they're going to try to swing for a major piece. We talked about this other day, the Kevin Durant's of the world. I believe they're going to revisit that Kevin Durant situation. I would also take a look at what's going on in Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn. Brooklyn and also New York with their wing situation, with having OG Anunoby, having Mikal Bridges, etc. One of those guys might be on the move for the Knicks, depending on how the playoffs go. I said I think they're bringing back Bagley on a very team-friendly deal. I said that Cam Spencer gets a deal either off-season or early next year.
Right.
I said I think the Luke Kennard is going to be gone, Kenny Stubblefield.
I do too.
I think that Lamar Stevens is brought back on a cheap deal for next season. And they try to move John Conchar, but they can't. Annual tradition.
Gideon, he's
for the city.
He's a wart. You can't get rid of him.
Right. He is a nexus being for the Memphis Grizzlies. There's no reality where John Conchar is not on this team.
He is on this squad. He's Udonis Haslem.
He's the Udonis Haslem that we didn't ask for.
That we didn't want.
The involuntary Udonis Haslem. But two of those things that I talked about that caused the most discussion on Twitter were probably Marvin Bagley coming back and Luke Kennard being gone.
Oh, I thought it would be I thought the Jaren one would. I saw some weirdo conversations around that Jaren.
One dude was like, "No, I wasn't talking about you, man. I was just talking about people in general." I was like, "Well, why you quote me, man?"
Why you quote me?
So, I'll talk about that, man. Luke Kennard, right? Luke Kennard had a 30-point game last night. Kenny Stubblefield, I don't know if you saw this tweet or not that I put out. Luke Kennard scored 30 points last night. His first time scoring 30 points on the season. Kenneth Stubblefield, um, how many points do you think that Luke Kennard scored the entire month of February?
Well, if we went back to January, he scored a lot, right? Like
Right.
he played well in January. He did not play well in February. Didn't
Mhm.
shoot the ball hardly at all.
Right.
So I would say less than 60.
No, that would have been horrible. If that was the case. It's 72 points is all that Luke
Oh, okay.
Kennard scored the
All
entire month
right.
of February.
Sorry,
He
Luke.
scored he
Didn't
scored
mean to
almost
disrespect you, Luke.
he scored almost half of that last night in one game, right? 30 points was almost half of what he scored the entire month
That's
of February.
crazy. That's crazy.
It just kind of speaks to kind of what Luke Kennard is. He's a very inconsistent player. One of the greatest shooters, not in the game today, one of the greatest shooters of all time. Just a scary shooter, bro. Like when that dude gets going, he's gone. He's a guy that can give you 30 points in a game like we had tonight, where regardless of his defensive inefficiencies and all those type of things, he still can. You can still play him in a lineup with him and three other guards, and just because
Yeah.
he's shooting the ball so well, it's worth the risk of having him out there defensively, right? He's
Yep.
one of those type of guys. He's also a guy that can go 0 for 2 or 1 for 5. And it's just he just has these weird games where he's just not shooting the ball, right? Where he just won't take shots. And I think that the reason why I say that I don't think Luke will be here, you've got another version of him that's like evil Luke Kennard, right? He's like this evil version of him who's crazy. He wants to get his shots off. He's a gym rat. He can handle the ball. He plays defense. He's nuts. I don't know if I said that or not. And that's Cam Spencer, right? Who shoots the ball at a very high clip, or always has his entire college career and everything. Shoots the ball very well. And is he a 40-something% shooter in the league? I don't know. But he's a guy who I think will take more shots than Luke will. I think he's a guy that can impact the game on a different level. And he's going to be a whole lot cheaper, man. And I think that if the Grizzlies wanted to bring if the Grizzlies had that much interest in Luke Kennard, he would not have been signed to a one-year deal last offseason. I think the Grizzlies understand his value. I think every team in the league understands his value. And he's a guy who, with the Clippers, was getting DNPs. With Detroit, they couldn't really find anything to do with him. And he's a guy that the Memphis Grizzlies literally traded at the trade deadline, and a trade that was nixed at the the deadline between the Lakers. Between Brooklyn and Memphis for Dorian Finney-Smith. That trade was about to happen. Like Luke Kennard was headed out of the door. He's about to be eating glizzies and drinking a Pepsi in Brooklyn and getting a cheese slice with some ginger ale in Brooklyn, man. Like that was happening. So I think that the idea that Luke Kennard may not be here is not crazy. You know what I mean? And that's my prediction. I don't think he'll be here. I think they're going to try to go because they're about to pay Jaren crazy money. They're about to pay Santi. I think that they can do anything to trim. They'll find a way to get off of Luke Kennard and add a guy in Cam Spencer who's a little bit less of a defensive liability and a guy that can play on the ball as well. That's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts on that whole just me saying that I think Luke Kennard won't be here next year?
I think the hard part about this conversation is that it's like it feels like we are like
hey man, I'm over drinking a smoothie like a boss though, man. Get you one of these right here, man. You know what I'm talking
about? Hey man, I got me a bag of Cheetos.
And that motherfucker hidden. God damn. Go ahead though, Ken.
I feel like the conversation.
Appreciate you.
It gets weird because like at times it feels like we're dissecting Luke's game in terms of like what he can and can't do. And what you said is perfect. The man is historically one of the best shooters that's ever walked the face of this earth, right? Like he's historically a shooter. But the problem is just the lack of the aggressiveness. Like, and here's the problem with it. Like when you ask me, you go, what is it that Luke offers this team? What he offers this team is elite shooting, and that's legitimately it, right? Like that is legitimately all that he offers. Defensively, he's a liability. He's not what you want playmaking with the ball. He doesn't. You don't want him handling the ball on a consistent basis. Is he bad at it? No, he's not bad at it. But Cam Spencer's been doing this forever, right? This is what he does. He's a ball handler. And I guess my question would be is if what you do and what you're elite at, you don't do, then what is it that you're offering the team, right? Like, what is it that you're offering? Because if you're an elite shooter, having a game where you shoot 9 threes in a game and make 7 of them, and then literally going the next 3 games and not equaling 9 3-pointers attempted is insanity. Like,
Yep.
it's like, what are you supposed to do with that?
Right.
And so the idea is, man, like, of course, he's a veteran. He's a great shooter. He's going to demand cash. But do you take a swing on a young guy like Cam Spencer, who clearly is somebody who is unafraid of the moment, is willing to take shots, and actually is a dogged defender and somebody who can actually play make as well.
Right.
I'm not saying, nobody is saying that Cam's a better shooter than Luke Kennard. But let me ask you this: would you rather have somebody, and my math might be completely off here, who is 2 for 3 from the 3-point line every single game, or somebody who is 3 for 9, right? Who shoots a lot more, but does that make sense? Like, somebody who might not shoot the exact percentage that you do, but who gets the ball up there and is unafraid to take the shots. Like, that's what and someone who's a lot cheaper. I don't
might
have
talk pure shit to Kevin Durant.
And who is ain't nobody ever looked at Luke and said that white boy's a bucket, right?
No. Was he talking about Luka? Was he talking about Cam Spencer? Or was he talking about Grayson Allen? He was
pointing at Cam and said that white boy is a bucket.
Okay. Give me the cheap crazy dude, bro. Sign me up for the cheap crazy dude at any time.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I think I'm good on all that. My guy on Twitter, I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want people to think I'm trying to bust the man out, but I gotta read his tweet. He says he agreed with most. He's talking about my list of something I think is gonna happen this summer. He said I agree with most of this, but we need Kennard back. To be honest, you can't replace an automatic shooter who's also not out of place athletically.
What are we watching, bro? Right? What are we watching?
Also not out of place athletically on the NBA floor for what he's making. Probably stuck. Hoping that Edie improves a lot, but I wouldn't mind trying for an upgrade. I'm like, dude, the dude you just described is like super Steph Curry. Just described Donovan Mitchell.
Just describe Dame Lillard, man. What are you talking about?
Oh God. Like, bro, if that's who Luke Kennard was, hell yeah, bring that dude back. This is not who Luke Kennard is, bro. And I fucking hate talking to y'all after Luke Kennard has a good game too, bro. Because y'all get loud as hell when this dude has a good game and cannot find y'all when he's 1 for 7 or
100%,
3 points and that was a layup and a free throw. Luke's game is so versatile. He just hit a floater. Like, I don't give a damn about Luke Kennard hitting a fucking floater, man. Go shoot 10 threes, bro.
Just go stand in the corner and move a little bit, man.
Hey, bro, what the hell did y'all do? What the hell did y'all do to Desmond Bain? That dude just don't shoot threes no more.
Man.
He did the little pump fake step back 3 and hit that one last night. Oh, shit, Desmond Bain. You got me excited when you did. I ain't seen that shit in a minute.
That man don't take no threes anymore, does he?
Man, Dez is super cold. But the fact that his 3-point attempts is down like 3 or 4 shots a game is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. Man, like I said, man, I like this offense, and I've been yelling out a lot from the rooftops that I like this offense, but there's certain things about this offense that I'm not okay with. And the fact that it just totally changed Desmond Bain game, I'm not cool with it, bro. I'm not cool with how Ja has looked a lot this year. I'm not cool that we just drafted a 7'4" monster and aren't setting screens. That in a season where Ja Morant, his bigs included Trey Jemison and what was the other dude? Good God, bro.
Trey Jemison and last year, right?
Yeah. African guy, bald head.
Oh my God. Bismack
Biyombo. Like Jaron Sanders were Bismack Biyombo and Trey Jemison, right? And he still was averaging like 10 more pick and roll attempts per game than he is this year. Like, it's nuts, bro. Like, you went out and got the dude, bro. Like, go do it. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins for co-signing what's been said about that. He said some good things saying like in the playoffs, that's not going to work, bro. You're going to have to do things that make the game easier for Ja. Ja's going to have to be on the ball. Shout out to Kendrick Perkins for saying those things. And speaking of people who who clearly watch the show, I'm joking about Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins don't know I exist. But speaking of people who watch the show, shout out to the lady. We talked about this lady last week.
Let's go.
The Grizzlies athletic trainer. I had no clue that she was 5'4", 321 lady.
Oh, we didn't know that.
But I did not know.
Apparently, shout out to the Grizzlies for watching the show, man. Thank you for watching. Because they let us know. Literally, the next broadcast, they let us know who she was.
Shout out to Pete Pranica, who's been a guest on the show before.
Pete Pranica is awesome, man.
Let y'all know.
Night, obviously. Night Court, Brother Night.
Let y'all know exactly who that lady is. I would love to have that lady on the show. Lady, if you're watching.
Katie Babcock.
Katie Babcock. We love you. We appreciate you. Come on the show. Trip out with us, man. Let's have a good time. Yeah, she's a treasure, man. And I think she counts a little off. I think she counts off on purpose, so it won't be in the shot clock violation.
100% on purpose.
Yeah.
Folks think that she's not doing that on purpose or wild.
Yeah.
Like they're like, tell her to get in line with the actual. And I'm like, bro, she's not. That's not her job. Her job is to not even don't even get close to it. Yeah,
right. She's kind of like setting your clock a couple minutes fast so you won't be late. Never
100%.
understood why people do that, because if you know that it's wrong, you're still going to be late anyway. But anyway, that's what she does. She counts the time off so the guys don't get shot clock violations. But yeah, shout out to all y'all who've been watching, man. All y'all been taking care of us watching. The numbers are really going up a lot. We appreciate you guys, all the new people. Appreciate y'all. Get in the comments what you think about the show. I'm in a good place, kid. I'm in a place of peace, man. I told y'all when y'all weren't going to rob me of my peace, man. The Grizzlies, hey, I just laid back and watched, and now they're second in the West, man. Luke Kennard had a 30-point game. Hey, who cares who the inbounder is, man? Just let Cam Spencer take the free throw. Let Ja take it. Who cares, man? Just go win the game, bro. Yeah, it's about to get real this weekend, about to play Cleveland. Who knows? About to go out there and beat them. Might get Jaren Jackson Jr. back. Who knows? I don't know how far Jaren Jackson Jr. is when coming back.
They said they put out the PR. They put out the injury list, and he's doubtful or he's questionable.
Look at that piece, man. Look what piece. I didn't even know that, man. I've been working today, bro. Look what piece give you, man. You get Jaren Jackson Jr. back, man. We about to take a break.
He put out a tweet that said, "Buy your tickets," and that's all he said.
Look what peace give you, man. I've been on a quest for peace, kid. I've been pursuing the pursuit of peacefulness, man. We're about to take a break.
And let me tell you, that smoothie helps, doesn't it?
Hey, man, beautiful woman just delivered me a smoothie, man. Hand squeeze. No, it wasn't hand squeeze. Let me get this.
Hand squeeze.
No. But yeah, we're going to take a break. When we come back, man, we're going to talk about my boy Marvin Bagley. Y'all tripping about him too, man. Then we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to talk about more people who might be betting on games. College basketball as well. We'll talk about that and more when After the Sain Show returns. See you guys in a minute.
I struggle with talking about the magnitude of what this means for this team, because you look at this conference and you say, this is a bunch of scrub ass teams. Like, they're scrubs. You're supposed to win this conference. You're supposed to handle business. But the problem with that line of thinking is they haven't done it until now. Yeah. And it's been 12 years since they've won a conference title outright in the regular season. And so with that, I think on a national scale and for people outside of Memphis, there's a downplaying of winning an outright AAC championship. But in the city, and it's at least for me, if we're asking the question, how big of an accomplishment is this for this program for Penny Hardaway? I would make the argument it is the biggest and best Penny Hardaway accomplishment.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
So my first team right now, I've got SGA, Spida, Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic. Is Giannis going to hit the threshold?
I think so, because he's on my list. I was doing my homework, and that's the exact same list that I have for my first team. I think that Giannis will be the only one that's questionable hitting the threshold. But yeah, that's what I had on my first team.
My second team might be all out of whack because it depends on when some of these guys come back.
Yeah.
Currently, I have Ant Edwards. I have Brunson on this, even though I don't know if he's going to come back.
Yeah.
I've also got LeBron. I don't know if he's going to come back. I got KD and I got Tripp.
And I had LeBron third team. I
team.
had Brunson, and I actually have Cade Cunningham on my second team because he's going to be right on that second team. Like, he's just playing so incredibly well right now that I think he could play his way onto the second team.
Tune in to The Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Edge of the Sain show. We did say that we were going to talk more about some college basketball scandals. I ain't got none. But shout out to the dude that was crying his ass off. I think he played for Kansas State or something like that.
Man, did you see that? That was crazy.
Man. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This NIL thing is cool. But, man, it's just too much, bro. It needs to these dudes need to just get a paycheck. Like, the way they doing it is just, it's a bad investment for one, man. Because why are we spending this type of money? Like, why are people talking about spending $2 or $3 million for fucking PJ Haggerty to come back to Memphis? Like, this shit just sounds crazy, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's just a bad investment, bro. Like, I guess the NBA is too, but damn. I'm just saying, like, it just sounds crazy. And this dude was crying because he felt like he didn't. People said he did because he was getting harassed all year about how much he was getting paid compared to the production of the team or something like that.
I didn't get a chance to see it because, like I said, I've been traveling all day.
Yeah, some dude was crying.
I saw him crying. I didn't see what he was crying about. But, I mean, would it surprise you? I mean, like, listen, man, like, it is the easiest thing to go after young kids for, right?
Yeah.
Like,
they're too young to be pros, bro. Like, like all this. Like, that was the thing they're trying to get away from. When you had these young kids, 18-year-old kids in the NBA, younger than Gigi Jackson, 2 years younger than Gigi in the NBA, right? They were just too young to be pros. NIL, I want these dudes to get their money, but it's just the amounts of money are just insane, bro. These dudes, they're too young to be making that kind of money, and just then they come to the schools, they already got their check, they don't want to play, and all that. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. They need to tweak that joint some type of way. I'm glad these dudes are getting paid. I'm glad these guys can kind of move like bosses, but all these dudes ain't ready for that pressure that comes with that, bro.
No, and I agree with you, and I think that's where, you know, it is absolutely right that these college kids are getting paid, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's an absolute. They're making way too much money for rich people already to not see some of that, right? And I do think that there has to be some parameters around it. And my biggest fear, honestly, is that the NCAA has kind of been hands off with it. Mm-hmm. They've allowed the states to really create the legislation around it. Basically, what colleges in their states can and can't do. There's a part of me that wonders if the NCAA is kind of allowing it to go haywire, so that they can come in and just totally take it away.
Vince McMahon walking to them motherfuckers.
Yeah, like totally take it away. I don't know if they'll ever be able to totally take it away because they'll get sued into oblivion by these state legislatures. They just won't be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But part of it is paying kids money to play college basketball, you know, for their name, image, and likeness. Mm-hmm. But then also it's just the scourge that is social media these days, man. You got some real, like, social media is killing.
Oh, yeah. People got too much access to shit, bro. Y'all dumbass brains got too much access to everything.
Like, I saw an Indiana player came out after they lost today and said, he was basically like, man, if you're not a fan and all you want to do is talk shit to us, then just leave us alone. Like, go to work, go do your thing, and just leave us alone. Because he's like, it's like every single day. He's like, man, I wish I could show you my DMs and my, you know, all that kind of stuff after we lose a game.
Real shit.
You know, it's
real
crazy,
shit.
man.
Real shit. I'm gonna wrap it up talking about this right here, man. Somebody else I talked about in my predictions, Grizzlies predictions for the offseason, is Marvin Bagley, bro. I would love to see him back next year. I think he'll be back next year. I know that the Grizzlies were pursuing some type of, like, emergency big. They got Jay Huff, but I think they want another guy that can just kind of be kind of more of a bruiser, a little bit more athletic, Jay Huff is athletic, but a different type of athleticism. Can kind of, be a dunker spot type guy, pick and roll guy, athletic above the rim type dude. Like I said, of course you got Jay Huff, but I think they kind of wanted another guy this entire time. You get a guy in Marvin Bagley who's, I want to say, 12 points a game, 7 rebounds, 22 minutes per game in his career. If a guy like that wants to come back next year and you can get him for a good contract, and he's okay with being the 5th big in your rotation with Jaren, BC, Santi, and Edie, if he's okay being that 5th dude who kind of plays when he plays and plays when guys are hurt or play when you need to change the pace or, hey, we can kill on the boards and see what Bagley can be. If he's okay being that dude, there's no way you don't bring him back, bro. Like, to have an extra big like that on your roster, you just have to bring him back. So
unless your coach decides to not play him like he did last night against Utah.
If he wants to come and if he's willing to, if he wants to come and still be that dude, a breaking case emergency big like that, you got to let him stay if that's what he wants to do.
But even last night against Utah, didn't get a single minute. Why the hell
did that dude play, bro? It's so crazy, bro.
You're down Jaren and Santi, and
Cam Spencer was getting like white Jeremy Lin level buzz the other night, and he does not play a single second.
And he doesn't play a minute.
I mean, we won, so whatever.
It is what it is, but Marvin Bagley is a guy who, when he's healthy, has been extremely successful on the floor.
His numbers have been better than Brandon Clark's of his career.
Like, this is Marvin Bagley we're talking about. This guy was the number 2 draft pick in his draft class. Like, this guy is a talented basketball player, and he's sitting on the sidelines. I don't understand it.
I don't mind all that. I mean, whatever. Like, he just got available a couple weeks ago. If you don't want to get him ready for a guy you might can break in case of emergency in the playoffs, I get it. It's not even enough time really to get him going. But you should bring him back next year. You should get that. If that dude wants to come back, bring him back next year.
I don't mind it at all. I don't mind him coming back at all. I'd love to have him back.
Right. Shout out to Lamar Stevens.
Yes, man.
Got a deal. Got signed for the year then. Ain't nothing wrong with having a dude with a beard and no mustache on your team.
You need a little bit of that.
He crazy, and he probably can fight. Shout out to Lamar Stevens getting that deal. Shout out to my boy Chris Ingram, host of No Bluffing Podcast, big Lamar Stevens fan. Hey, bro.
He couldn't tell Chris nothing last night, man.
Oh, that man probably was somewhere with Lamar Stevens kicked it last night. Yeah, shout out to him, man. But Kenny, we about to slide about it. It's been another good show, man. I'm up here drinking smoothies, eating food and shit. About the show going on. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm tired as hell. Yeah. I believe the boy about to bless us with some music, man. I think Drake about to drop some music tonight at 11 p.m. That's a few minutes away. I think he about to bless us, man. Hey,
if it ain't turn up Drake, I'm not listening.
I think it's just gonna be some more sexy songs for you, man. Just
ain't nobody need all that.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing wrong. Hey, bro, I'm over here sipping smoothies, man. Bad yellow bone just came and brought me a smoothie, man. What you think I want to do, man?
I'm in Fort Worth with Roman Cleary, man. I don't need no like sexy Drake stuff, man.
You don't need no sexy, man.
I don't need no sexy Drake stuff, man. I need to turn up. I don't need.
Hey, bro. You just have to bump that job. You get back to the house, then.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I ain't gonna.
Hey, man. But Perry Sharkey, man, laid up beside his wife, man.
Hey, real quick. I want to before you close this down. I'm in Fort Worth right now. Mm-hmm. It is Thursday night at 10:45 p.m. I'm laid up here in the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Ready for tomorrow. The Tigers play tomorrow. If you're watching this at noon, in 2 hours they play. And I want to give you a sneak preview. I'm going to give you a quick sneak preview of Roman Cleary's article. All right?
All right, go on.
365 days ago, rock bottom for the Memphis Tigers and Penny Hardaway. They lost to Wichita State. 365 days later, they face off against Wichita State today in the quarterfinals of the AAC conference, right, baby? Is it redemption day for the Memphis Tigers? Check out bluffcitymedia.co. Roman's article will be up there. It's going to be fire. Roman is killing it, man. We're over here. Check out Tigers Live. Francis Carlotta will be on after. Matt Enfield will be on with him on Friday. Then it'll be me and Roman and Francis. We're all the press conferences, highlight packages. It's going to be a fun time, man.
Hey, put Roman on that sexy song for you, man. He might get confused. Are they talking about sexy song for me or for a girl? What do they mean? Hey, no. we about to for Perry Sharkey, man. At the house, in the bed with his wife, man, listen to some sexy songs, man. I'm telling you ready for it. For me, about to do the same. Kenny Stubblefield, watch out for Roman, man. Watch out for him. Keep his ass on.
I got some Chief Keef on right now.
Yeah. So keep his ass crunk all night. Hey, man, we about this job, man. We'll see y'all next week, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.